just to break it down a little bit. One, you got special teams. They are a league worst. Gosh, I wonder if Carey Price was here, how that would be. Hello fellow Habs fans, welcome back to this week's episode of the Habs Fan Forum. I'm Ben Danke, your host, and here at the Habs Fan Forum, this is where us fans get to have our voices heard. The Habs Fan Forum is a proud part of allhabs.net and of course, Rocket Sports Media. So let's get into this last week, because over the last week, I thought I had a little bit of positives wrong with that Detroit win. I was wrong. The Habs dropped 3 in a row, all at home. Outscored 14-6. They did not get 2 wins in a row as I was hoping. In fact, they didn't even get 1 during the week. So, overall a terrible week. Honestly, if you break it down, they just got totally handled by the Islanders. Could have saw that coming. Cup contender, really strong team, really well coached. It wasn't even a close game. 6-2 in the last, and 2 of the goals were in the third period for the Habs, already down 5-0. They were out of that game pretty early. Second game against the Vegas Golden Knights. This was a rematch from last year's big upset. And the Habs came out swinging. That first period was huge, but they still managed to screw this up and lost 3-2. Not 3-2. It was 5-2. Even worse. And finally, the Kings. And you're kind of like, all right, they already faced them once this year. Let's see what they got round 2. Again, they lost. This time, it was 3-2 in overtime. Definitely a much closer game than the previous 2. But, I don't think the Kings are any top-tier team this year. So, it's just sad. 0-3 on the week's never good. But let's break it down even further. Across the 3 games, the Habs actually came out really strong, or at least decent each time. The Islanders still kind of, were up 1-0 on the period, but at least it was a strong period. Across the 3 games, they outscored their opponents 3-1 and outshot them. I think it was 43-21 in the first period. And outscoring chance them, definitely against the Knights. They had a huge favor there. But then comes the second period, and they get outscored 8-1 across the 3 games, and outshot, just overall beat. Now, the third period, it kind of had some up and down garbage goals and whatnot, and they, let a lead. They did catch up against the Kings, but at the end of the day, too little too late. So they're just coming out strong and then crumbling in the second period. Kind of a show of leadership, kind of a show of coaching. I don't really know. There's a few things to it, but nonetheless, just defeated. So there's lots of culprits leading to this, I'm sure. But let's look at a couple just to break it down a little bit. One, you got special teams. They are a league worst in penalty kill percentage. They are not killing off penalties well. Gosh, I wonder if Carey Price was here, how that would be. They have a penalty kill percentage of only 66%, so stopping only 1/3 of goals, which is not good enough. And the fact that they're the most penalized team in the NHL, not a very good combo. So they're not killing penalties, and behind them, goaltending. Not just in general saves, but timely saves, important saves. And we can't put it all on the goalies. Just overall defensively, they're just not playing that great. But a team percentage of .886, and even your starter, Jake Allen, has a .901. That's just not cutting it. Even with the poor defensive play across both defense and forwards, I'll admit, some of those goals that came in just can't go in. They're just they shouldn't be scored, especially in that last game against LA. Some of those 2 goals were just floaters. Before we go on, just a quick word from our sponsors. As part of Rocket Sports Media and the Hockey Podcast Network, the Habs Fan Forum is proudly sponsored by DraftKings. DraftKings Sportsbook has an amazing offer that if you download the app and use the promo code THPN, all you have to do is put a bet down of $1 and they will match you with a free $100 of betting credits for first-time bettors. That's right, they're just going to give you a free $100 basically because there's obviously going to be a goal in the game. Come on. If Sportsbook's not available in your state, no worries. There's still tons of huge cash prizes available with daily fantasy sports. Just remember to use the promo code THPN. Alright, so let's summarize. They're coming out hot, and then in the second period, they're breaking down. And it really comes down to bad breakdowns and a poor penalty kill percentage and poor goaltending percentage. And, oh gosh, this is adding up. I guess this is why the team is 3-10-1. Let's just put it that way. This is brutal right now. So I did mention last week that I'm going to be watching these games with, a lighter attitude. Have some fun knowing this team isn't going to make the playoffs. And now it's getting even lower. I think it's like 1%. But at this point, they're not going to make the playoffs, so have some fun. Let's look at some trending down and then end on some trending up players. So trending down, a lot of familiar faces here. Savard. Unfortunately, I tried to use the word looking better a few weeks ago, but I was wrong. He's looking terrible. He's playing terrible, especially over this last week. He's definitely trending down. Paquette, cut him. Don't know why you signed him. Cut him. He's not fitting in. Doesn't deserve to be in this lineup at all. I just don't see it. Cut him. Pizzetta, you're awesome. You're fun. Pretty bad last game. And you got baited, man. You got super baited and you hurt your team last game. Kind of knew that was going to happen. Dvorak, you're looking kind of out of place on that second line right now. Just not playing up to the hype over what the Habs had to pay to get him. And finally, Galley and Josh Anderson, like two players who I really do like, but are nearly invisible sometimes, and they need to be better. All right, I promised to end on a positive, so we got a few players I want to shout out. Romanov, back in the lineup, laying down a thunderous hit in the third period last game. Cranked that player. I forget who it was, but that was a big momentum change, and you looked good in the game. It was nice to get him back in the lineup. Keep him playing. Ben Sherratt, my name share, looking great, and honestly, he's stepping up on the offensive side too. I think because he has to. Petrie obviously isn't doing it, so someone in that top four has to try, and he's giving it a good shot. Is he a top pairing defenseman who can score at a high rate? Maybe not, but he's playing well and he's trying. The entire Evans, Armia, and Lehkonen line. Shout out to that Jake Evans goal, but let's also not overlook the 2-assist night by Lecky and Armia just controlling that puck, control and play. That line looks good every single night. They worked hard. They generate chances. The whole line can give it a whole shout out. And then finally, my boy Suzuki. He stepped it up. He's really brought that scoring touch back. There's some Suzuki magic over the last few games. He's really, he was on a point per game pace there for a while, which is pretty awesome. He's got like 12 out of 14 games on the year, which is great after starting the year only, I think, 0 points in the first 4 games. So he's lighting the lamp and it's looking great. All right, you might notice this lovely mustache I have going. You can kind of see it if I get really close to the camera, but I understand it doesn't look great. The reason I have this is for November, so if you had even one little chuckle or laugh from looking at this video, please go and donate. All you have to do is go to the All Habs November page. You'll find me and you'll hit donate. I'm almost at my goal. I think I've raised about $150 so far, and it keeps climbing. The team is getting close too, so just donate to anywhere on the All Habs team page, actually. All right, that's it for this week's episode of the Habs Fan Forum. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, just like down below. Please tell your friends. Share the video, and of course, make sure you're getting notifications for future videos by hitting that little bell and subscribing to this channel. You can go to allhabs.net for some amazing content and follow All Habs for the best Montreal Canadiens coverage. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ben Danke, and of course, woo! Go Habs, go, baby!